Hello, everyone. I'm Sanjan. This is not the sequel to Octopath Traveler 2, but it's in a parallel universe. So this is Mass Effect 2, the game that everybody loves and has a lot of nostalgia over, and you're going to see it being broken. So I want to be quick to reiterate, this is done on the original version and not the Legendary Edition, because there's a few really cool glitches that you don't get to see in the Legendary Edition. We'll explain that later. But first off, did we pick FemShep or BroShep?
So in probably one of the most lopsided bid wars I have ever seen, the BroShep enjoyers did get almost $170, but FemShep with over $2,000.
Let's go women.
Let's go women. All right, so I have chosen FemShep here, and so you'll notice that I actually loaded from a save here. This is because if we start from a new game, there's going to be like 5 minutes of cutscenes that nobody asked to watch. So this is why we kind of load directly kind of at the start. And to reiterate, this is No One Left Behind New Game Plus. So there's going to be like really few unique things that you'll kind of see. And even though it's New Game Plus, it's still a really cool speedrun. So without further ado, Miranda's just yelling at us to start. So I'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we're basically going to pretty much start off here. Like we kind of wake up in base, and then we're pretty much going to be charging our way here.
Unlucky coin flip right there.
Yeah.
While Sanjan's walking through, we should probably introduce ourselves too. Corvimae.
Yeah, oh, go ahead.
No, you go. You actually run the game.
Yeah, my name is MikeWave. That's how I go by on Twitch. I also run this game, help route this category quite a lot.
I'm Sanjan, or I'm Corvimae. I'm Sanjan's one of Sanjan's go-to Mass Effect commentators. I am not also Sanjan. Great start.
We are off to a great start here. Corvimae would be the Mass Effect sidekick.
Well, you already started by saying that this is like a nostalgic game, which aged me like 20 years immediately, so.
All right, so we're basically just going to quickly go through this tutorial area. That's a little annoying, that's fine. Just take my time.
I'm always saying this.
Sorry. So, you might be noticing why I'm quickly scrolling through everything. I have we have a legal keybind that just lets us go through dialogue really quick. It's so there's a couple mods that we install for this just for pretty much taking out cutscenes, so we can explain that later.
Yeah, so Sanjan is going to be using a G502 mouse, which is a mouse that has notorious for a free scroll wheel, and she has the skip dialogue option set to her mouse wheel, so that's what's happening right there. That's why she's just skipping through all this dialogue so fast.
And yeah, you pretty much should see this is a very fast-paced game. You might be wondering why I'm charging through everyone and skipping the animations. This is because you can skip the charge animation by going into the menu and then going back.
Yeah, in case you're curious, you can choose a starting class in this game, and for basically every single Mass Effect speedrun we play as Vanguard. In this game specifically, we play because each class has a signature ability. Vanguard's is Charge, which, as the name implies, lets you literally just teleport on top of an enemy. And as you can imagine, when we're just trying to get to the end of the level as fast as possible, just Charge is insane. It's really, really good.
Yeah, Mass Effect 2 is the first game where Vanguard kind of became what people remember Vanguard being. And man, it sure is quick to warp. Well, no, warp is a different thing. My bad.
Yeah, that's a DPS ability. In the first game, it's they didn't introduce this until ME2, and then ME3 also had it. But yeah, that's where they introduce all the signature abilities that only this class has access to this ability and all that, you know.
Yeah, so you'll see me doing this really cool series of kind of just elevating myself up. Mike, would you like to explain these elevators?
Yeah, so we call it the elevator glitch. As you can see, as we just rub along these walls and pieces of collision all across the map, the game will just push us up here because it doesn't know how to resolve this physics conflict that's going on right here, so it just pushes you up like that. That's it. And we can use this for throughout, I think, almost every single mission in the game, and it allows us to skip so much content. Right here, we're just going straight to the end of the level. Normally, you'd have to be fighting rooms and rooms of mechs and stuff, but this is way faster.
I'm so surprised I never encountered this playing this game,
really?
Because it's so it seems so simple when you watch it.
Yeah, so funnily enough about that, like in the Legendary Edition, like this is the reason we are running the OG version of the game, by the way. This allows us to like just skip so much more content than you would in like Legendary Edition, which is basically glitchless. But yeah, they were very rough about patching that for Legendary Edition because like it happened so often for casual players that they would just like soft lock themselves in some part of the map. They don't know how to get around out of bounds, you know? So it makes sense why they were so adamant about getting rid of that.
That's why I'm surprised that like it never happened.
I would like to apologize to all the Tally fans in advance.
Don't worry, not getting left behind. That doesn't count as being left behind.
She's fine. She's fine. Trust me. She's fine.
Be okay.
She's fine.
But yeah, shooting Tali there ragdolls her and then allows us to basically just skip to the end of this like cutscene right here. And like you just go straight to the end. It saves like 10, 15 seconds, I think, on that cutscene. Or like that dialogue right there.
Don't worry, everyone. We'll make it up to her at the end. Or near the end, I should say. So pretty much after this, we kind of like start... We're pretty much kind of like starting to recruit a lot of members here, and I'm actually gonna pick my weapons here. So we use the DLC in this game because there's some really nice weapons that come with the DLC, very specifically the Maddock.
Yeah, the Maddock, it's one of the assault rifles. Like assault rifles in this game are just the best, but the Maddock specifically is one that you get with one of the DLC like gun packs that they have. And it is by far the best weapon in the game, I think. It's just DPS-wise, it is so good. And because we're playing on New Game Plus, Shepard already has assault rifle training. Normally, you'd have to do about like half the game, I would say, before like you were allowed to do that. Otherwise, you're like locked to shotguns.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi. How you doing? Oh, that Bobby. That Bobby. Sorry.
So this is a more recent skip found. We call it the Bobby skip. This pretty much allows us to skip through like watching a bunch of doors open here, and we can quickly get to Bobby the Turian and start recruiting our fellow scientist Solarian Morden.
That should be a Valentine's Day card. I went out of bounds just to skip straight to you.
Ooh.
So yeah, like I guess I can go ahead and like just introduce like what's going on in this game. In case you've never played it, just like a very quick recap. This game, it basically follows like, it's kind of like a Seven Samurai type story in space where we just have to recruit a bunch of like the best like warriors in the galaxy basically to go take down this race known as the Collectors. They're trying to attack the Earth. That's basically what's going on. So all these missions are basically us just going out of our way to like recruit like one more party member and like building our team for that final mission.
And yeah, since you all graciously donated to make sure no one's left behind, we are going to get the good ending of this game. Well, mostly good ending. We would like to apologize to all Thane, Samara, Kazumi, and Legion fans.
Yeah, just no confusion. Like, there is another category that we have called all loyalty missions where we do get every single squad member and we do every single loyalty mission. It's about 2 hours, like about double the length of this category. But I think it's about, is it 8 squad members that I think you need to initiate the final mission?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just get 8 like party members, and then we do just enough of the loyalty missions, which are like kind of like the story missions for each like squad member, so that we can like just get through the final mission without anyone dying.
Yeah, that's what No One Left Behind means specifically, is we will not have the full party.
We won't have the full party, but we will save everyone that we recruit. And that includes our crew members.
Sanjan, while we're walking here, would it be a good spot for some donations?
Yeah, we can do like 1 or 2 donations before we have to explain more of this.
All right, we have a $200 donation from Corvimae.
Hi, May.
Paying $200 of Ogre Pond tax as promised. I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite large green square, large yellow square, large yellow square, large green square in the Citadel.
Thank you, May. We'll explain more of this. So this is kind of like a pretty unique part. Mike, would you like to explain this?
So yeah, for this, the end of this mission right here, this is like probably one of the more RNG rooms in the game. Oh, that's unlucky.
That is really bad.
Yeah, what happened right there was like extremely like unfortunate, like like very uncommon.
All right, that's actually never happened before. There you go. Woo! There's the bingo.
But yeah, basically, we just need to, we're in this giant fan room. We need to like disperse this airborne vaccine kind of to cure like an epidemic that's going on here. And we just need to hit these 2 big buttons that are on these opposite ends of the room. But the enemies here can be kind of weird, and also your squad, like, so normally you want Jacob here to die because he does this voice line. If he does die and you get lucky, then you save like 4 seconds. It's what makes this room like kind of annoying.
Gas, maybe? No.
You don't have to sit there and guess.
Yeah, so we basically recruited Morden. Basically, you're going to see a lot of Miranda and Morden. So Miranda's just probably like the best squad mate in the game, just because she has a very varied kind of moveset, and she kind of fills one of our weaknesses, especially with Overload, which hits shields. Vanguards generally don't hit shields very well. And she has the passive ability called Cerberus Officer, which increases weapon damage for everyone. And that's where pretty much most of our damage will come from.
Yeah, Miranda was almost like built, I think, as like the most broken party member in the game, almost like intentionally. It like makes sense lore-wise that she is so overpowered.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she just covers like everything almost, and she is the only squad member that has that passive for whatever reason. I don't know why. And then Morden is going to have Incinerate. We didn't talk about him. Incinerate is like probably one of the best abilities in the game. Also, it just allows us to hit armor like really, really well, and also if you use it on like a pack of enemies, they will like it can just kill like an entire pack of enemies by itself. It's an extremely strong ability.
Yeah, I should know we're pretty much going through kind of like a lot of these like random dialogue things just to get to Archangel. So if you have like 2 or 3 donos, feel free to read some.
Absolutely. I think I'm too old to read this one, but I'm going to try it anyway. We have a $40 donation from Bramhall the Fifth that just says, Skibidi Shepherd, or that. I totally butchered that.
Heard that.
Thank you for the donation, though. We also have an $8 donation from Winters that says, I want to give a shout out to Sanjan for a previous GDQ run. Her run of Octopath Traveler 2 at AGDQ this year inspired me to get back into the series, and that game is now my favorite video game of all time. So excited to see another of her runs.
Aw, thank you so much.
Good choice.
You can read one more before we start the mission.
How about this $500 donation from Paul?
Wow.
That just says, Mass Effect, let's go.
I agree.
I agree. Let's go, Mass Effect. All right, so we're coming up on our Archangel's mission. It's going to be pretty much out of all the missions that we do, aside from the ones in Loyalty mission, the longest mission. There's a lot of multiple parts to these, and it's also an extremely annoying mission.
Yeah, this like mission is broken up into like multiple points. We basically have to help Archangel. I think like most people know who it is. It's like kind of it's not a big spoiler, but yeah, it's like a fan favorite. Right here, Sanjan is actually going to make a save, and she's going to load here. Normally you wouldn't do this, but this skip can be like super, super annoying. And we get it here.
I'm just gonna do this, and then...
Okay, nice.
First try.
So the reason why I did that skip is because, or that version of the skip is while it's much noticeably slower, the thing is that skip is sort of hardware dependent due to like how the loading zones work. So it's much safer and more feasible.
There's a lot of hardware dependent stuff in this run. And fortunately, I think in practice it went pretty good, right?
Yeah. Also, hi, Garrus.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's Garrus, by the way. Any Garrus fans not there?
Yeah, you all get to see your fan favorites. Not as much just because Miranda and Morden are just very overpowered, but...
You do see Garrus a lot, though, just because he is, like, when you're doing the party selection before every mission, like, Garrus is the default option. So a lot of times we just end up taking Garrus along with us just because it saves, like, a fraction of a second to pick him over anyone else, because like it just won't matter in a lot of these missions.
Hooray, he's optimal.
And so you see me standing here because there's some unique parts. I want to wait for at least some people to enter in because I don't want to get additional waves.
So yeah, like funny story about this this strat right here where we're waiting for like all these enemies to come into the base before we start killing them. This was found by the QA testers of the game, and like they told some of the older runners for this game about it because like it's really the only way to do this part fast.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, that was really good. Nice. And that goes ahead and takes us to this next phase where we got to kill this big mech and then kill a couple more enemies, and then the actual boss, like the mini boss of this segment, is going to spawn. But yeah, you tend to lose a lot of runs here just because if anything even goes wrong, sometimes it's like not even your fault. Like the enemies will just like keep spawning infinitely. This entire mission is like so buggy, honestly.
And yeah, I want to say that even this is ran on casual mode, but even if this is on casual mode, it's very scary just because of the nature of the fact that this game deviated from Mass Effect 1 and that it's a cover shooter. And when you're out of cover like this all the time, you are going to take a lot of damage, even in the easy difficulty.
And they really wanted you to play this game very tactically and methodically, and that is not really... and yet, it's also the one where they gave the Vanguard charge, so...
Yeah. I mean, this game was made, like, in the post-Gears of War era, so it is just made like that, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's we can talk about like the differences between this and the Legendary Edition. So the Legendary Edition basically you won't see like many of these glitches. So there is one glitch that you'll see otherwise that is pretty much the same as in Legendary Edition.
Yeah, I don't know. Do we want to talk about the autosave bug yet or no?
We can talk about that when it comes to it.
Yeah. But that's like one of the, we'll talk about it later, but yeah, there is like one major bug that they did not patch for Legendary Edition, but besides that, yeah, like the Legendary Edition run is basically like glitchless compared to this. But yeah, for this next part right here, the second mercenary band who are trying to kill Garrus, they're trying to come in for the, like this like basement area, and we just got to close these shutters so they can't come in. And once we close this last one right here, it's going to go ahead and just teleport. Like, we're going to get a black screen, and then it's going to teleport us back up, and then we're going to kill the second mini-boss. And this is why this whole segment is so long, because there are so many phases involved with it. Like, some of the other missions, like, you just go to the end, and it takes, like, 2 minutes. But, yeah, this one is really, really long.
Yeah, and we pretty much, like, face through, like, a bunch of little mini-bosses that they're generally, like, easy to deal with.
Here's the second mini-boss. And here's the power of the Maddock. In like one clip, he just dies.
It's so much damage.
Yeah, you'll see like the abilities that we have are overpowered. I should say that our bonus power here is Reeve. And Reeve is like an incredibly good ability, and it'll very much play into part like later on.
Yeah, even on like the harder difficulties, it might seem like this is only because we're playing on casual, but even on Insanity, if you play as like a soldier with the Maddock, which is like what a lot of people do, and you just spam Adrenaline Rush, you will just shred everything with the Maddock. It is just so incredibly overtuned. And there's a... I don't want to jinx it. No, we're fine.
Fine.
There's a soft lock.
I delayed that.
There's a soft lock that can happen there if you kill that one. Like, it's another mini boss that spawns there. If you kill her like a little too fast for whatever reason, just this next set of enemies will just never spawn, and you were just like left there with like Garrus till eternity. Basically, it's pretty funny, but yeah, not very optimal for the run.
Yeah, so we can explain about the cane here. You're gonna see it coming up, and there's a reason why you pretty much solve every problem with the cane here. So we're gonna get these last shielders. Whip out the cane here.
About to raise some cane.
And then, so we got all these, that really hard, like boss. Well, goodbye.
Yeah, so the cane is basically a portable like nuke launcher. There's like some people are gonna nerd out about that and go like, technically it's not a nuke, But no, it's like a nuke that you can just like carry around. And the trade-off is that it uses up a lot of heavy weapon ammo. Like you shoot it once, and then like you just have to find like I think like 4 or 5. I think it's like 4 more like heavy ammo packs to like use it again. However, this is where that glitch is gonna come into play that we were talking about earlier, the heavy weapon bug. Or the, it's the autosave bug.
I went this way, whatever. Not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. But yeah, the autosave bug. So we run this entire game with autosaves turned off. And the reason for that is because if the game just does not make autosaves and then we go into the next mission, it just will not correctly track how much heavy weapon ammo we are using. And it will just reset us back to whatever, like how much heavy weapon ammo that we had on our previous save, which is maxed out. So we can just basically use it once per mission, and it's just like not a big deal, and then we never have to pick up heavy weapon ammo, and it makes the run much faster actually.
Yeah. So coming up here next, so basically this run kind of happens in 2 parts. You'll notice it like in other categories, like the first 30 minutes of this is pretty much the same. We have to recruit like a base number of squad mates, and then we do a specific mission, and then the rest of the world is open to us. So we're recruiting a really strong biotic named Jack. And basically, she's in this prison, and we gotta go for.
Oh, that's unlucky. That is a pretty common bug that can happen in this game with the charge ability. I think we call it like a false charge. I don't know, but it can just sometimes happen. The game does not like make Shepard like charge over, and you'll just do the animation in place, and it'll use up your cooldown. It's really annoying, but it's not a big deal.
Jerk. Yeah, sometimes this game is just like randomly mean to you and very jank, but like there's generally mostly ways around it. So you're just gonna see me whip out the cane here.
Yeah, wow, we have heavy weapon damage
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
Yay!
And as you can see, we're gonna use it right here in this upcoming room. Like, for this room specifically, we just have to kill a ton of enemies, and as you're gonna see, the cane just kind of makes it, like, instant. And if you're thinking this is a New Game Plus weapon, it's actually not. You can get this in New Game. You can actually get it very, very early. It's incredible that you can just get it so easily.
I do like that we use two things so much that slow down the game.
Yeah.
Between the cane and charge.
And so one thing to note about the cane is that it pretty much fully damages like a shield or like whatnot. So if I'm in red HP, it'll instantly kill me. And if I'm in range, that will come into effect later. But anyways, here's like one of the hardest parts of this. I don't know if I got this, but we'll try. Okay.
Oh, nice. So that was really
scary.
close. Okay.
So the timing on that kill is really, really precise just because those shields get raised up. And we have a limited amount of time. So I opted to do like a slightly safer version of that. Ideally, you don't need to go into that. But basically, like, the Warden has shields, armor, and then HP. And basically, like, we just basically try to burst DPS him down as much as possible.
Can we get a donut while Sanjan flies over to the next area?
How about a $5,000 donation from the Yeti? Woo! Hey all, Yeti here, Garistan here. Huge shout out to our Mass Effect mega fan Yeti Jacob, who had to donate during this run to show the game some love. We're excited to share we've hit over $30,000 raised from orders from our official SGDQ 2024 collection, thanks to everyone who has ordered. Be sure to check out the collection. Every item ordered directly benefits Doctors Without Borders, and we are almost $8,000 away from $400,000 raised for Doctors Without Borders so far.
Thank you all so much for the generosity and donations. Much appreciated for a great cause. So you'll notice that I opened the tactical menu. You'll see that a couple more times, but basically it gives Shepard invincibility to a degree.
Yeah, as we're gonna be navigating through like out of bounds a lot, there are a lot of parts of the game where like they're like really big death planes where like if you just touch it, like Shepard just insta dies. And for whatever reason, if we just like hold the tac menu, it'll pause the game. But because they didn't account for Shepard to like fall and stuff, even though like there is fall damage in the game, if we just hold the tac menu open like while we're passing through a death plane, it'll take us to like 1 HP, but it won't kill us because we just can't die in the tac menu. That's the primary reason for that.
Yeah, so Shepard, so when people say Shepard used to be a Spectre, she really used to be a Spectre.
Who loves hacking minigames? All right, slightly more than Jack, but less than Garrus. I'm writing this all down.
All right, so yeah, you'll see the first of that little hacking minigame where like we have to like kind of like match two things. It is mostly a skill-based minigame. Ow. It's mostly a skill-based minigame. It's going to come into play in a couple more places. Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, there's two variants of the hacking game. Like that's the first one, the node one, which yeah, as Sanjan mentioned, it's like completely, it's mostly skill-based. The solution is random, but you can just tell based on like the patterns of like the nodes and stuff, like what the solution is if like you have enough experience doing it. But the other one that we're going to talk about a little bit later it's really, really bad. It's probably the worst part of this game, in my opinion.
Yeah, otherwise it's pretty consistent, like, you'll pretty much see me consistently just like run through a lot of these enemies. Charge and Vanguard is just, in this game is generally really great. But then there's gonna be, so like you also get to see like this really cool trick, pretty precise trick with the cane coming up next here after I run from these guys. This area is like actually also like really scary just because there's a lot of things that can hit you really hard. And we don't really care about our squad mates going down. They'll be back, don't worry.
Yeah, they're just gonna like revive like right here as we talk to this guy.
They do go down a lot for not being left behind, I gotta say.
They take a lot of punishment in this run.
Alrighty, so here's the precise cane shot. I need to start it at this point.
Just sneak one in here. And then we run back.
Alarms in the lab. Damn it, what's okay
So you'll notice I kind of like did that quick save before I got out the cane. I think we explained this. I don't know if we explained this. Another property quick save is that it keeps our equipment loadout, and if I do these safety quick saves too much, then it tends to very much mess with our loadout, and that pretty much does matter.
So if you quick save when you're out of ammo, are you now out of ammo forever?
I don't think so. If you do it with the heavy weapon, it will.
That's what I mean with the heavy weapon.
Yeah, with the heavy weapon, it will. Yeah, you'll always just start at 0. So it's actually like kind of important that you never make a save after you use the cane. Otherwise, it's like
makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, we're gonna say hi to our best friend Timmy here, and if you want 2 or 3 more donations while we go through this, feel free.
Absolutely. We have a $10 donation from Mar and Gok that says, nobody gets left behind. We can't let anyone die, especially Garrus. And we have a $5 donation from CM5871 that says, Mass Effect is a huge part of my family. My partner and I love the series. Our son's middle name is Garrus. And we have a $25 donation from Chibi Carrera that says, I don't know if this is a debate, but Garrus is the best companion. I will not be taking any criticism or disagreements on this. Shout out to Tech Crew, y'all are amazing. Shout out to Frame Fatales, the best community in the world.
Let's go, woman. All right, so coming up here is Horizon. Everyone knows it's just it's terrified because there's some really annoying enemies. It's gonna be really quick, don't worry. You're gonna see a lot of we're gonna use our good old classic Spectre powers, TM, to pretty much skip a huge amount of this area.
Hey, things are going good at Horizon, right?
Yeah, just all these colonizers are just getting kidnapped and stuff. It's pretty horrifying, but it's all good. But yeah, this is a kind of a notorious mission because it's the first mission that introduces collectors. We'll talk about it at the end of this mission here because that's where you actually have to fight them. Because yeah, we're just doing a bunch of out of bounds right here. These are probably some of the coolest out of bounds in the game right here. We're gonna do this bit right here. So she's gonna go. He's gonna do 2 elevators right here to go up, and we're gonna run to the end here. And when Sanjan melee abuses off this ledge right here, she's going to load into this next area and just boost all the way up. You're gonna see it right here.
I realized we never talked about the melee trick.
Oh yeah, melee abusing. That's all right.
I didn't go enough to decide. Yeah.
Might have to make a new save though for the auto.
I'll do that before it's a thing. We haven't explained the melee abuses yet. Would you like to explain it?
Yeah. So in this game, when you melee, Shepard moves forward a little bit, and that's primary what you're seeing right here, using what we're using here to get out of bounds and stuff and go around. And she Sanjan is doing this by pressing S and then melee at around the same time, and that'll just push Shepard a little bit forward. And for whatever reason, the pistol, because it has a different animation, pushes you a little bit farther. And right here we have the other hacking minigame I was talking about.
Not great, but it is what it is. Did I not see? I didn't see that in time.
Yeah. It's random and it's an auto scroller.
Hooray!
Yeah. I love both of those things.
All right, so we're pretty much going to see our friendly neighborhood collectors here, and then we're going to see our best friend, Harvey. Not to be confused with our fellow Octopath 2 gaming, but he's trying to assume direct control of the speedrun. How could he?
Yeah, this fight can be really annoying. All right.
Hello?
Sometimes these enemies will just run away from you for no reason and then just hide on the opposite end of the arena.
I mean, after seeing how quickly Shepard mows them all down, I too would run away.
Doubtful that enemy has withdrawn. Reinforcements likely.
So yeah, that was the first wave, and now we have this second wave right here, and then we're gonna have the boss, which the boss is gonna involve a pretty cool setup to kill them really fast.
So shockwave there, which has what?
Oh.
That's a new one on the bingo board here, buddy. Whatever.
Yeah, you have to be kind of careful here as well because if you kill the Harbinger enemies, that's the main bad guy of the game who can possess these enemies and make them super strong. If you take too long, they'll just spawn again, so that can be super annoying. And right here, we're setting up for the quick kill on this boss.
Is there another one? Okay.
There's got to be more.
All right, nice. And right as we do this, she's gonna skip a cutscene, and that's gonna immediately kill the boss. Right as they spawn in.
Not in my headcanon, buddy. sorry, they don't exist in my headcanon. You'll understand why in a moment here. And so because you all graciously donated to make sure nobody's left behind, we are going to take a little bit of a different path.
Yeah, this is like the primary point where the routes really begin to diverge. Because after Horizon, the game almost completely opens up to you. So right now we're gonna go ahead and just grab I think like a lot of, besides Garrus, everyone else's favorite squad member, Tali. Her recruitment mission's pretty fast, and also we do need her. You actually 100% need her if you want everyone to live, because she sells a ship upgrade. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but yeah, you need all of those for like the end game.
I am curious about our audience here. All right, Garrus fans, go. Tali fans, go.
Let's go, woman.
I don't know.
That was pretty close.
Morden fans. Okay.
I've got no shields.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah. Also, this is happening.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know if I got this because.
I think you got it.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
It's all good. We got to save.
Yeah. So what I was trying to do there is like skip a whole like sequence there. This can be a little precise. I don't think I got enough like run distance there just because my running animation is like a little bit awkward. I think this should be good. It's a little bit like timing precise, but it's also very easy to like kind of fail this.
Yeah, you have to be like running while you're falling off here to like get enough momentum to make it past this barrier.
It should be fine.
Nice. Yeah, that was definitely it. All right, cool.
I love the corner, the edge of the screen veins.
Yeah.
It's so a product of its time.
I know, it's like with COD and all that from this era, it's like all these games when like we need a way to show that you're in danger. Here's like a bunch of like red veins all over your screen.
Yeah, the big thing with that skip is like very easy to mess up. Like if you go too much to the right, you pretty much just fall into an endless pit of void. But as you see here, I think normally like you would have to kind of like go and like open a gate, but we're just gonna go past through this gate. We're Shepard. We were a Spectre. We're using our Spectre powers.
Yeah, this is like another like really broken mission. We're like just gonna skip all the way to the end. There is gonna be a pretty intense like charge that we're gonna do at the end here towards the boss. We'll talk about it in a little bit. We are gonna like go ahead and just elevator back into the void right over here.
Yeah, so we're gonna go back to the void here, and then there's like a little bit of a scary part here with our friendly neighborhood Geth, but it shouldn't be too bad, hopefully.
This entire mission has like this gimmick going on, like you can hear it for like the noise. Being out in the sunlight goes ahead and just drains your shields, so like you only have like one layer of health. Like that's the whole thing with this mission, but doesn't really impact anything with like how we do it.
Have an optical camouflage system.
All right, can you shoot? So I'm gonna try to leave Garrus and Miranda there to soak some hits. Hopefully the Geth Prime does not hunt me down.
I think you're fine right here.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna pay our respects to Cal Rieger. He's gonna take one for the team.
Definitely like old times.
Rip Garrus.
Over here. Get to cover.
And then we're gonna charge all the way to the boss here at the opposite end of the room.
That's perfect.
And then yeah. Oh yeah, this is another thing we should probably talk about with the cane. You can actually cane yourself right here and be fine. Even though it kills almost everything, it can actually kill Shepard as well. But the thing is, it only does like one wave, like burst of damage. And when your shields get depleted, you have a couple of like you have a window of like iframes. And basically, so long as you have your shields up, like you cannot die from the cane. So we can just do that basically to kill bosses and stuff.
All right, so coming up here, we had to go through quite a bit of chores here, really random chores here to grab loyalty missions and all that fun stuff. So you've got like 2 minutes to, if you got any donations.
Oh,
Bobby.
I absolutely do. Thank you so much. We have a $50 donation from Iko the Blue that says, Sanjan, I'm so excited to be watching this run live and seeing what memes you and Corvimae have in store for us. Cheering for you. P.S. Get stick bugged, LOL. I just read them. All right, now I like this one. We have a $250 donation from Scott Moore. I was laid off last week, so it's tempting not to donate, but Mass Effect 2 is my all-time favorite game, and Doctors Without Borders is an amazing organization. I accompanied a doctor to Honduras several years ago. So while I don't know what my future holds, I feel I must donate to ensure the healthy futures of the people who will be cared for through this and the many other donations that will be made during this event. And while it takes more time, Doctors Without Borders is about saving lives, so this donation must be applied to no squad mate left behind.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. The doctor. Feel free to go on. We've got more time.
All right, we have a $100 donation from Kittens that just says Shepherd, Rex, Shepherd, Rex, Shepherd. We have a $50 donation from Mike Shep that says Mass Effect 2 is my favorite game of all time. I'll never forget how stunned I was during my first playthrough when Grunt got swept away by the Seeker Swarm. Here's to saving the crew.
Don't worry, in this speedrun, no one's going to get swept away. Everything will be good. We can do one more donation.
Oh, hey, we upgraded the cannon.
Yeah.
Well, we have a $25 donation from Commander Shepard that just says, this is my favorite speedrun on the Citadel.
Thank you for your endorsement.
Commander, you've received a new
All right, so what I did there was just a bunch of kind of like grabbing people's loyalty missions and then pretty much for grabbing that really mandatory upgrade from Garrus. So sorry, everyone, we will not be doing Garrus' loyalty mission just because his loyalty mission takes actually noticeably longer than Jacob. So you can pick from 2 leaders, and that is 3. Actually.
Yeah, it's 3.
Sorry, I don't know why I said 2. So you have Garrus, Miranda, or Jacob, please.
Yeah, Jacob is like by far the fastest out of all of them. It's like really, really fast compared to everyone else. And yeah, because I think the Garrus one, you need to go all the way to the Citadel, and you have to like watch a bunch of cutscenes. And it's the same with Miranda's.
Miranda's really long, yeah.
Yeah, Miranda's really long, and because actually, spoilers, you have to do Jack's loyalty mission, it'll create like an even longer cutscene.
Yeah, where like they're fighting, and then you have to like stop them from fighting. It takes so long.
But yeah, you'll also notice here we're kind of doing filler missions. There's pretty much like mandatory like amount of missions that you have to do to progress the plot in general, and pretty much in between like we'll be doing some of these like filler missions that will help that will help us get to the amount that we need. So coming up here next is Jacob's loyalty mission. So Jacob will be kind of like one of our 3 people that we make loyal.
Oh, I think you passed it.
I passed it? Oops. Good. So it's actually another scary loyalty mission, just mainly because we have to do a pretty precise cane shot, and then there's like these really weird random soft locks that can happen, which hopefully it won't happen.
Yeah, this is like mostly like a whole W simulator for this mission, but the end is like really scary.
Yeah, so the end's pretty scary just because we have a lot of stuff that's trying to attack us. And we pretty much like really do not want to like be in the direction of the cane. But here's actually like another really unique kind of skip that we can do, and I'll let Mike explain it.
Yeah, so she's gonna go ahead and make a save and load right here. And basically, if you were like, I think it's like when you're loading from a save and then like you're using your scroll wheel or a macro to like spam the dialogue cancel like really fast, it'll just go ahead and make some of these NPCs like non-interactable, including that NPC right there. Normally there's like this huge cutscene that you got to watch right there. And doing that basically just skips it. It's a really nice little time save.
They better be friendlier than the beach group. I need answers.
And I don't know, do we want to talk about like Jacob's loyalty mission? Because it's probably like one of the more controversial ones, I would say, in this game.
I think the only thing we need to mention is that basically the summary of this is that Jacob's dad is a bad person, TM.
Yeah, he's not a good
not
guy.
Great.
Yeah.
And then we're here to kind of like find out why. So you can basically think of, so these, we haven't really explained like what loyalty missions are. They're basically a Shepherd playing therapist.
Honestly, yeah.
So a big mechanic of this game is just like we're preparing for this one final mission where like we need everyone to be focused, and then everyone's just like, okay, well, I need you to play therapist for me. I need you to help me fix whatever problem I have, and then I'll be fully focused for the mission.
Which fortunately, Shepard does have like the full backing of Cerberus. So if anyone has like the budget to do it, it's us.
All right, so I'm gonna try to do this.
Here's the shot coming up right here. So we have to clear out this whole room with the cane. And there are so many enemies, and they can just shred your health so fast that you can accidentally die from the cane shot. All right, nice. We got it here, though. But yeah, that part's really scary. If you get even like kind of unlucky with where the cane, because there is some like auto target with like when you're aiming at enemies, but if it like hits a prop that's like a little too close to you, you will get caught in the blast radius, and it is really scary when that happens.
All right, mission done.
All right, we have one loyal member, but we are only making 2 more party members loyal, and that next person is Jack.
Yeah, we only need 3 loyalty missions done. With like all the choices made optimally during the final mission, like we'll go ahead and save everyone. It saves a lot more time compared to like having to do like more than 3, I guess.
One thing we forgot to note is to be specific, we are gonna be using we use a speedrun mod, just so that it can skip unnecessary kind of like movies and stuff, and just a lot of like nice quality of life stuff.
Yeah, funnily enough, like even though the mod does remove like FMVs and stuff, like the pre-rendered cutscenes, you're gonna see it in this mission especially. Actually, the game will like kind of just pause in place. Like the game just can't progress until like it is kind of like the amount of time that the pre-rendered cutscene like would have like filled. It's kind of hard to explain. You'll notice it at the end of this mission. But yeah, we're doing this big out of bounds right here to go straight kind of like into this facility right here. This loyalty mission is also pretty fast. So we need Jack loyal because we need a biotic and a tech specialist and then the leader, which Jacob is going to fulfill. But for the biotic specialist, you can only get Jack and Samara, I think. And also, I forgot what her daughter's name is. Samara's daughter is
Lauren.
Yeah. But yeah, getting Samara and making her loyal, that all takes way too long compared to just doing this.
Yeah, Samara's recruitment mission is also really long, and it's
super long.
It's it's a very, very annoying mission. If you do it as part of all loyalty missions.
Yeah, like one of the few like missions in the game that also does not have any skips on it. After this fight, we got another puzzle we got to do right here.
So a lot of this is if you fail that, you have to do the whole thing again. It's not a big deal here, but for the more like bigger missions, it's a bigger deal.
There is like one specific puzzle. We'll call it out when we get to it, where like it is actually very scary. But besides that, though, it's like mostly chill.
I'm a dangerous bitch.
Yeah, so we're pretty much kind of like cruising along. If you want to, there's not much to it. We will be using the cane here if you want to read 1 or 2 donations.
All right, we have a...
That's really bad. I might die.
Uh-oh.
I think you're fine.
Are we good? Are we good?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, well, we have a $10 donation from Blizzard Maine that says, I should go. I should go. I should go. We also have a $25 donation from Beanie Feenie that says, these donations are having a massive effect. Keep them coming, y'all. I agree. We are almost $5,000 away from $400,000 total. Let's do that during this run.
I believe in you, chat.
Yeah, you solve all your problems here with the cane. Hooray, that's a pretty good summary of a lot of this speedrun.
Come out. We know you're here.
So here's the weird effect that comes with the speedrun mod coming up here pretty soon here. I mean, I'm not going to say anything, just watch chat.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Yeah.
I forgot about this.
There's a pretty funny bit at the end of this cutscene.
Yeah. If you thought that was funny, there's even better ones.
Yeah. I have the hurricane, huh?
I have the hurricane, huh? All right, so you see there, we got the heavy ship armor, and now we just need to do 1 more mission before...
Yeah, so just doing 1 more N7 mission here. That's technically what they're called in the game. It's like these little side missions, like throwaway missions that technically progress the game so we can get to the next major story mission, which is the collector ship. And this one is really, really fast. You're going to see why. This one legit takes like 20 seconds.
Sounds like the perfect amount of time for a donation.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We have a $25 donation from Holly that says, I always try to catch Sanjan's runs and Mass Effect runs, so there was no way I was going to miss this.
Thank you so much. All right, so yeah, we use a cane on all those crates. You know, they're safe from nukes, but they're not safe from mechs.
Perfect donation length. That was a 1 donation mission.
All right, so we needed to do a total of 5 missions before we could unlock this mission here. And honestly, there's not very much to this mission, but plot-wise, they kind of discover, hey, there's this lead that we can get information on the collector ship here. And we can get some important information to him on the collectors and why they're kidnapping people. That's basically a Cliff's Notes version of...
Yeah, I think also, like, that's where they reveal that the collectors are, like, Protheans, which are, like, this ancient race that were established in the first game. It's a really major, like, story spoiler, but, like, besides that, it's mostly just hold W to the end.
Yeah, you can read, like, a minute of donations.
Absolutely. We have a $100 donation from Zig that says, hyped beyond measure for this Mass Effect run. Go Sanjan. And we have a $25 donation from Tony that said, had to donate during one of the best trilogies I've ever had the pleasure of playing. Good luck, Sanjan. We have a $5 donation from Jason that says, hello from Australia. Great to see Mass Effect 2, the best game ever being run. If a squad mate dies this today, I might cry. Well, good luck. Good thing you're not going to be crying. We also have a $10 donation from Bridget that says, here's to a speed run of my favorite game, Calibrating. We have a $50 donation from Ye Old Ginger that says, looking forward to Mass Effect 2, one of the best games of its time. It wouldn't be right if we didn't save them all, so here's $50 to help save the animals, comrades. And we have a $100 donation from James Big Mac that says, I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite speedrunning marathon on the Citadel.
Y'all are just coming in with like your favorite Mass Effect quotes. There's a lot of them.
Let us know your favorite. Donate.
That's right. We are almost $5,000 away from that $400,000. And we have a $100 donation from Kalubi that says, for Garrus Vakarian and Talizora Vos Normandy, the best companions a Shepard could hope for. Good luck on the run.
All right, so we have cheated death to skip an entire platforming kind of like auto-scroller segment here, and...
Yeah, that auto-scroller is like literally like one of the hardest parts of the game, I think. And right now we're going to do another quick kill. Nice. Little
that was good.
Flashy trick kill right there.
Also, yeah, the not in my head canon, everyone. That was like I think that's pretty much like the second one that you face, but yeah.
Yeah, like the funny thing is, like with how fast you killed him, like you literally don't even see him on screen. But yeah, like we went ahead, skipped an entire auto scroller, and then jumped in and hit the precise trigger to spawn the boss right as we killed him. And it's probably the fastest way to do this. There is actually another skip that we found for this mission that can help take you all the way to the end, but it's actually one of the few story missions in the entire game where if you don't hit every single specific progress flag, which is opening that door, I think it's like tied to the ED voice line, you will just get to the end and soft lock your game, and it's just like a perma black screen, so.
All right, here's our best friends here. Totally, the Scions, they are very overtuned. I hate seeing them.
Yeah, they're the worst enemy in the game, in my opinion. Even in the speedrun, they are super, super annoying. And we're getting to the end right here.
Yeah, mark our way through, and then we're coming up to probably like the one biggest, probably the most scariest part.
Yeah, the Reaper IFF, which we can do right after this, is the next major story beat. And it contains probably the biggest skip that we have found recently. It saves about 30 seconds. We'll talk about it a little bit when we get to it.
It's your call, Commander. Whatever you decide.
But it is like probably one of the tougher skips in the game, I would say. Also a little bit hardware dependent. It depends on like how many enemies are on screen.
Yeah, so I'll probably give it a couple tries here. I'm pretty sure we are making like quite good pace, honestly, so I'll give it a couple tries, but if not, then we'll still do it the ordinary way. It only loses like 20, 30 seconds,
Yeah.
but failing it is like a 20-second time loss, and I will probably like call for serious time on this. The entire mission is extremely scary. But yeah, you're gonna see the Eye of the Hurricane. There's a specific reason for that.
Yeah, like why we said that line. If you thought that last bit of like Jack eye rolling us was funny, wait till you see this.
All right, I'm gonna grab our usual squad mates. Yeah, that's the pre-rendered cutscene fun here.
What's with all the chop, Joker?
Doing my best. The wind's gusting to 500 kph. There's a second ship alongside the Reaper. It's not transmitting any IFF, but the radar paints its silhouette as Geth.
I guess we know why the science team stopped reporting in.
Stare.
What just happened?
The Reaper's Mass Effect fields are still active. We just passed inside their envelope.
Eye of the Hurricane, huh?
It's so funny every time.
It's like the line at the end is just 10 out of 10. Brilliance.
Yeah, so
It
pretty much.
just looks like Gmod.
It does.
So I guess to quickly explain this Reaper IFS segment, I had to basically be in between two loading planes here and using the tactical menu, and if I don't get it, then I'm dead. And I have to waste a lot of time to try it again. So we're pretty much going to go run through here, and it's kind of based, I basically have to hold it long enough, but sometimes my trigger finger is not great at it. I can't hold it for too long, though. But I'm going to call for serious time right about here. So I need to put out my pistol.
All right, get locked in. Nice.
Okay, it's not over. It's not over.
But yeah, I went ahead and just like skipped like that first half right there. It saves around like 30 seconds.
So the real scary part is we're going to go through a lot of Scions here, and they like to interrupt you, and there's basically like a very time-dependent puzzle here. So
They love staggering you so much. Yeah, like that.
oh, and yeah, these.
This is what can happen right here. This part is so bad.
Like this part, like watching Sanjan bring this part back, do this part like brought back memories of dying here.
Miranda died. That's not
great.
Oh no.
Oh, they're both dead. Okay, I'm
right.
just gonna.
Might have to kill both these guys.
Yeah,
then.
I'm just gonna kill both of these as backup.
So normally you would just kill this first Scion right here and then do the puzzle, and you just hopefully do it fast enough so that the other Scion cannot interrupt you. If you take any damage during this puzzle, it just takes you back out of it and you got to do it again. It really sucks.
All right, that's the Reaper IFF mission over. That's the scariest part of this entire run. There's not much to this. This is just basically caning the core.
Yeah, normally this is like a boss fight that takes forever because you have to fight it in cycles and it closes for so long. But yeah, with the cane, you just insta-kill it. And there we got Legion, who we are not going to see in this run, unfortunately.
We'll see it
very briefly.
Yeah, we'll show it off. All right, so basically, generally, like casual playthrough-wise, people will tell you don't do the Reaper IFF mission until you're ready. There's a very good reason for that, because after 3 more missions with the Reaper, or after the Reaper IFF, you get a special cutscene, and then you're kind of like rushed.
Yeah, that's basically like, it's a kind of a soft point of no return, I would say. Just why, like, yeah, a lot of people tell you, hey, don't do that mission until you're like ready to finish the game, basically.
So this we're grabbing a Tally's loyalty mission and a cheeky little skip there.
Yeah, I love that you can't even stay inbound on the Normandy. Come on.
There's actually some pretty wacky stuff you can do on the Normandy, but because you can't aim and does melee abuse, very easy to get soft locked, actually.
Makes sense.
So you got Tally here, and that's actually like a really cool trick that you can do here. Otherwise, this is like honestly like a very short mission.
First off, more staring though.
Yeah, little stare from Tally and Joker.
Requesting permission to dock with the Raya.
Our system has your ship flagged as server.
So I have to do this like somewhat precise trick here. If you saw the one that I had to do similar to Jacob, I had to spam the conversation wheel, but if I do it right...
Shepard, come on, don't roll your eyes.
If I do it right, then I skip 2 minutes of cutscenes. If I don't get it right, then we are watching 2 minutes of cutscenes. So hopefully that won't happen.
I don't know, the cutscenes so far have been pretty funny.
All right, so I'm going to do this quick save and quick load here.
I think you got it. That should be good. Oh. All right, nice.
Yeah, that's fine. So just something to show off here, like they're kind of like in a little huddle crowd there.
Yeah, it does. When you do this type of like glitch right here, it doesn't load the NPCs in properly, so they're all like banded together over there. It's normally like this really big like trial sequence, you know, but
they're all just hanging out in the corner. They're
yeah.
getting small talk.
And we're just gonna go ahead right to the end here. This is like probably one of the fastest missions in the entire game, actually. Like there's very little action going on. There is like a big like I would say like so this game has a lot of these like things where like you can do like a renegade or like a Paragon interrupt. Probably the most iconic like Paragon interrupt in the whole series, which I'm guessing Sanjan is gonna do even though it's slower.
Yeah, I told you I would make it up to Tally. I'll uphold myself to that promise.
But yeah, we got to find Tali's dad. I wonder where he is.
A lot of dad missions in this game.
Yeah, a lot of mom and dad missions in this game.
Shepard's just like the best therapist. All right.
They're wrong. You wouldn't just die like this. You wouldn't.
Come here.
Remember to hug a friend when they're feeling down.
Damn it.
Up, okay.
Hug a friend, use the cane.
It's so funny. They talk about, oh man, they've been gone for hours.
We went there and back in like, I don't know, the span of
Yeah, we only took
2
like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You know?
Sanjan, if you ever make shirts, you should make one that says "Hug a friend, use the cane."
Does Captain Shepard?
If I messed up that dialogue, it'd be really bad.
Yeah, that's a very big dialogue option right there because, yeah, that depends if Tali gets exiled or not. The Paragon option right there is like the fastest one. But, yeah, if you accidentally do choose the Renegade option, Tali will straight up just be really, really mad at you.
I did the slower dialogue. Oh, well. Have more tally.
Yeah.
It's fun watching you shout.
Thanks, Tali.
Thank you, Captain.
We can use this.
All right, and that's all 3 of our loyal squad mates.
Yeah, we just need to do one more mission here, and then we're going to go ahead and, like, just make our way towards the end game. And this last one's, like, really fast, too. Also very, very broken. Just one more N7 mission just to speed things up.
So if you want to read a couple, like, about a minute or two of donations, you got some time.
All right, thank you so much. We have a $50 donation from Corvimae that says, "Hi, Sanjan. Super happy I'm able to catch one of your run live, show my support, and donate to an amazing cause all at the same time." We have a $250 donation from Anonymous that says, "I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite donation on the Citadel." We have a $25 donation from Phelan and Iggy that says, "Cheers from us and our 2 dogs, Tali, Zora, and Garrus." We have a $50 donation from Anya that says, "Once again, chilling out, melting into the couch, and watching GDQ with my husband. A wonderful biannual tradition and one of the first things we did together as a couple. Super excited for the Mass Effect 2 run." And we have a $50 donation from Chase that just says, "Mass Effect."
Woo! Woo! All right, so coming up here is just one of the weirdest plot decisions they made. We basically taken all our squad mates to go on some kind of mission here. And surprise, surprise.
Guys, it'll be totally fine if we leave the Normandy completely undefended.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
I'm telling you, Edie, your readings are off.
Oh, yeah, this is like probably the funniest
Yeah.
eye moment in this game.
We are transmitting the Normandy's location.
Transmitting?
To who?
Who? Not like this, Joker.
Why does he look so scary now?
Getting out of here.
Propulsion systems are disabled.
All right, so this is like the only section where one of the few sections where you don't play as Shepard. It's basically just a hold walking simulator, but we also have to explain the mechanics of the final mission, which is pretty convoluted. So, May, would you like to take the helm?
Because Sanjan did my loyalty mission of being a great runner and friend, I decided that I would bring back my famous bit one last time. And let's explain the final mission, the giant flowchart that is the final mission. So there's 3 parts. We start with the approach. If you upgraded your armor in your ship, everything's good. Otherwise, Jack dies. If you upgraded your ship, or your shield, everything's good. Otherwise, a non-party member dies in this order. And Kazumi first, then Tali, then Garrus, then Zaid, then Grunt. Then finally, the weapons check. Have you upgraded the cannons? If yes, nothing bad happens. If no, then a party member dies. Garrus, Zaid, Grunt, Jack, in that order. Page 2, the base. First off, the vents. We have to know who the specialist is. If you pick Kasumi, Legion, or Tally, that's good. If you pick anyone else, the specialist dies. Is the specialist loyal? Then we go to the next check. If the fire team 1 leader is Miranda, Jacob, or Garrus, and they're loyal, then the specialist lives. If any of those are not true, the specialist dies. Next part, the bubble zone, which is or the long walk, whatever you want to call it. 2 things here. First, who's the specialist? Is it Jack? Is it Samara? If yes, and they're loyal, no deaths. Otherwise, a party member dies in this order. Thane, Jack, Garrus, Legion, Grunt, Samara, Jacob, Morden, Tally, Kasumi, Zaid. Write that down. Now, who's leading Fire Team 2? Is it Miranda? Great, they're good. Miranda doesn't even have to be loyal. That's great. If it's Jacob or Garrus, they do have to be loyal. Otherwise, the Fire Team leader dies. Then part 3, the escort. Do you send an escort? If you don't, you probably should have, because all the crew members die. Otherwise, if they're loyal, there's no deaths. If they're not loyal, then the escort dies. Finally, the crew. How many missions have you completed after opening the Omega 4 relay? The answer should be none. Because if you did 1 to 3, half the crew dies. If you did 4 or more, all crew except for Dr. Sharkmas dies. So don't do that. Next up, part 3, the true end game. First, the final fight. Any non-loyal party members die. That means the ones you took with you for the fight. Second, hold the line. It's the average rank of your teammate points. Watch this. It says consult the table. Please hold. Party members give a number of points based on their stats and whether or not they're loyal or not. If they're loyal, they give an additional point. Grunt, Garrus, and Zaid each give 3 points. Thane, Legion, and Samara, Jacob and Miranda all give 1 point. Jack, Kasumi, Tally, and Morden all give 0 points. And of course, if they're loyal, then those go up to 4, 2, and 1 respectively. I need the other one back.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Consult the other table. Based on how many teammates you have, the average rank determines how or what you need to get in your score for things to be good. And by that, I mean you need to get 2 points. If you don't get 2 points, then people die. There's a whole chart, and it's all of them if you do bad. Teammates die in this order. Morden, then Tally, then Kasumi, then Jack, then Miranda, then Jacob, then Garrus, then Samara, then Legion, then Thane, then Zaid, then Grunt. However, non-loyal party members die before loyal party members. Finally, does Shepard live? How many party members are still alive? If it's 0 to 1, Shepard dies. And if it's 2 or more, Shepard lives, and Mass Effect 3 becomes canon.
Thank you so much, May, for that wonderful explanation. I learned a lot.
Good. Can you repeat it?
I'm Commander Shepard, and the party member order was low-key my favorite rhyme.
I think it might have come close.
I'm actually surprised it flowed that well, you know.
Me too.
You could do the new Mass Effect rap, the parallel universe to the poker rap.
Make it happen.
Morden, Tally, Kasumi, Jack. Gotta save them all. Gotta save them all.
All right, so if we've done all of this right, everyone will live up to this part. Consult the manual.
The manual is all over the floor.
Yeah. This is kind of illegible.
We tried. So there's going to be a long series of cutscenes here. And then there's just going to be an in-between where we just hit stuff. There's going to be an enemy. So, Bobby, take it away.
Awesome. We have a $50 donation from the Sound Defense that says, I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite World freezes. I suddenly rolled back into head. All right. So I've seen this type of donation come in, and I'm going to apologize because I know how this starts, but it's been a while, and so I don't know how it ends, so I'm going to screw up the actual end part, but I'm going to try it. We have a $10 donation from Trinity Thatcher that says, I am the very model of a scientist Solarian. I've studied species Turian and Saurian Batarian. I'm quite good at genetics as a subset of biology. I'm quite an expert, which I know is a tautology. My xenoscience studies range from urban to agrarian. I am the very model of a scientist Solarian.
Ooh, that was good.
That was good.
For not having heard it in quite some time. Thank you so much. And we have a $25 donation from Theory of Games that says, I'm Donation, and this is my favorite Citadel on Commander Shepard.
Wait.
We have a $5 donation from Poppy that says, Flowchart? Quick, write that down.
At the end of the run, there will be a test, because otherwise somebody gets left behind.
Yeah,
Chat, you'll be quizzed.
No, you're getting quizzed. You have to make sure you did it right.
True. All right, I hope you all like the game. Again.
This one's up to Shepard.
You can read more donations. Sorry.
Awesome. We have a $10 donation from Kate the Grey that says, lifelong friends in my Mass Effect? It's more likely than you think. And a $10 donation from Monkey Thief that says, can't leave anyone behind either in Mass Effect 2 or real life. Let's do what we can to look after everyone.
See if you can find a place.
And we have a $25 donation from Jordan Massey that says, FemShep and no one left behind? Is there any other way to play? Just as long as someone is working on those calibrations.
Getting close and finish them off.
Everybody hold on, gonna be a wild ride.
You got like maybe 30 seconds more of donations.
All right, how about this $500 donation from Zilta that says, loving the runs so far. And we have a $75 donation from Von Klaus that says, leave nobody behind, loved everyone who helps put together these great events. And we have a $100 donation from Wojtek Bucks that says, happy to donate. We're happy you donated. And a $25 donation from Glorious Top Hat that says, longtime watcher, first time donator, just happy to be watching. Keep doing fun things for great reasons.
All right, so this is the start of sort of like the second portion. Now we need to make sure I select the right person, as Corvimae has quizzed me on. So the first person we're going to pick is our tech specialist, who is Tally.
Good choice. That was one of the ones.
And then the second person we picked is our leader, who will be Jacob.
Also, that was also a good one.
And
It's almost like you've done this before.
Yeah. Only like 100 a couple times. More than I would like to count. All right, so one thing I need to do that's extremely important is I need to turn autosave on. So generally everyone's like, turn autosave off. But for this portion, we can actually turn autosave on because it helps us with a portion of the final boss, but it also, for this final mission, after each major portion, we get our supplies restored anyways, so.
Yeah, we don't even need to use it for this portion right here. So like, right before I think it's the final auto scroller, like we're gonna go ahead and get some like extra cane ammo just in case we use it, which we will. So for this part right here, also we have to like click these green buttons right here to help Tali get through these vents. However, we can just go ahead and skip all of this. So long as we get to like the final trigger before she dies, we just go on to the next part. So.
Sounds like we didn't need to put anybody in the vents if Tally's just trapped back there anyways.
Oh, that's a little scary. I should see her to be fine. I did not expect them to like try to hit me that much. A little bit of scary portion here. It's fine. Gotta find that valve, Shepard. It's okay, Tally. We got you.
Oh, okay. That was kind of scary.
That was really scary. I was at like literal 1 HP.
Oh my god.
Oh. All right, we're good.
All right. It's not supposed to be that scary. All right, I win this quiz. I picked Jack.
Yay! That's what it said.
I picked Jacob, and then one important thing, I picked Tally because we don't need her for this part anymore. She's not as useful as Jacob and Jack.
As a reminder, stay close if you want to live.
All right, so this next portion is the bubble, what we call the bubble section. It's very auto-scroller heavy, but there's a really cool trick at the end that we use with Reeve. And we'll explain it as we get there, but pretty much for this portion, there's not much to say. Just gotta make sure I don't spam click Jack so that we don't get this weird glitch where she teleports.
Yeah, this part is also like really like weird because if you don't hit every single one of these prompts where you have to interact with like whoever's holding the bubble, if you go to the end, you will also just be soft blocked. So yeah, if that bug happens, you just have to reset. Like at least this portion right here.
Can we get a donation in during the
Yeah,
walk?
you can get some donations. So this is a pretty long walk.
All right, we have a $100 donation from Ethaloon that says, the Normandy is family, and family means nobody is left behind. And we have a $250 donation from Kavatica that says, so happy to see one of my all-time favorite games on GDQ. I'm a huge fan of the Mass Effect trilogy and all the characters deserve to live. Putting my donation for FemShep to leave no one behind, and with that, we should all go donate. That's right, we have less than $3,000 left to get to $400,000. We are so close, y'all. We have a $50 donation from Anonymous that says, make any Mass Effect series fan cry in 4 words. It had to be me.
No.
Isn't that 5 words?
Is it?
Oh, yeah, it is.
I just read it. They're like, read it as it's written. I did that.
Well, I think Morden says had to
No,
be.
had to be me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the way of Morden speaks.
We have a $50 donation from Ajax that says, it's always so uplifting to see all of the hard work by all of these amazing people for such an incredible organization. This Mass Effect 2 run is bringing back some great memories. Thanks and keep it up.
So this last section can be quite annoying because there's sort of like randomish pattern to.
Yeah, this is like the one part of the final mission, I would say, that like that can make it really annoying. Like you could actually lose a run here. It's where we have to fight these wave of husks and also a scion. You're gonna see why they're so annoying here, and also in the next mission, like the next part of this mission right here. But yeah, we just have to keep killing them until the part ends. We use the cane back there to just immediately clear out this wave of collectors right here. But we are gonna get our heavy weapon ammo back after this.
Yeah, so we pretty much have to take care of this and then just like juggle all of our abilities. This is where Shockwave is actually like, quite good.
Yeah, this is like probably the least used ability that we have in the Vanguard arsenal, but right here it is very, very good.
Yeah, so Shockwave hits those enemies in the line. It's actually like quite good in niche situations for like non-armored enemies.
And it does go through like all these objects right here.
That's okay, whatever. I think that's pretty good. Oh, I did not see that abomination.
I love bowling.
All right, so I didn't really explain what Reeve does, but you all might have seen it. It deals really good biotic and armor damage, but one really cool thing is that if they have health, you siphon their HP. And this is actually going to come to play because we're going to take a Reeve of Faith.
Yeah, if we like leave this bubble right here, we continuously take damage until we die. And as you're gonna see right here, like one of the primary reasons we take Reeve, just run to the end. And we should be good. All right, nice.
Whew. And I gotta do the last quiz here. Jack and Jacob.
Yeah, so for this last bit right here, we do need to take Jack and Jacob because at the end of this part, if the squad mate is not loyal, they will just immediately die, which obviously invalidates the category. So we do have to take Jack and Jacob, who neither of them are very good, despite what like all of Jack's cutscenes might imply. She's not actually that strong.
Did I not use? Okay.
This is what they call ludonarrative dissonance.
Yeah, so this is like a series of like pretty straightforward, but there is a pretty unique mechanic here with pull that you can be used. So if an enemy is like under any status effect, our friendly neighborhood Harby, aka Harbinger, cannot possess them.
Yeah, we want to deal with Harbinger as little as possible in this portion right here.
And just somebody showing up and adding a bunch of health, and it turns out takes more time to kill.
Yeah.
So this next part is can be a little scary here. There's a lot of enemies and our friendly neighborhood Harbinger. Just gotta get through this and then get through these barriers.
Yeah, this part can be really scary because this is something they actually adjusted in Legendary Edition. You don't have that much ammo during this part, and some of these enemies can be, as you're going to see in this next part, really, really tanky. So we do have to follow this kind of like specific ammo route right here. Just make sure that we're okay.
Just because when they toss 2 scions at you at the end, you're going to need a lot of ammo.
Easiest difficulty, by the way.
Yeah, not having Miranda for this part is actually like very noticeably painful. Like I am doing like her Cerberus officer makes a huge difference. Also, I hope you enjoy this big plot reveal.
Hey, Sanjan.
Yeah.
How many eyes do humans have?
4 because I have 2 eyes and then I have
They got it right.
my fellow red eyes.
Yeah.
The superstructure is a
Not just any Reaper.
It has 4 eyes.
It has 4 eyes.
Human Reaper.
It looks so dumb.
Look, this game had great like individual plot, but sometimes you gotta sacrifice something. But
No, I love this game. It's just very funny.
cause the supports to collapse.
all right, before we gotta deal with that, we gotta
Gotta take care of some old friends.
take care of some old friends. So we gotta deal with this.
This part is also very scary right here. Harbinger here can just, yeah.
Stop, Shepard.
They're through my shields. Ah!
Oh, nice. You got
That was-
lucky on
that
that
was
ammo drop. Okay. Like, you can very easily run out
A
of ammo
tactical
there.
menu and deal with all 4 of these at once.
Yeah. Get this nice little 1 cycle here. Otherwise, like, those valves shut, and you just have
Time's
to, like...
coming up, by the way. We'll explain the boss mechanics after, just because this is really fast. Shepard, you've done the impossible.
You've saved humanity.
All right, so
You've been spotted.
basically just gonna do this.
Time is going to be coming up when we get to this black screen right here after the boss dies.
And because we don't have Miranda to do a lot of damage, it's got to have a little bit more here. Time. All right, I'll allow a little grace here just because I want to kind of like let this epic part play. But thank you so much to GDQ for having me. I love the Mass Effect series. I'm a big fan of it, and for me to be able to kind of like speedrun this and show the crowd is really amazing. Huge shout outs to my commentators, MikeWave and Corvimae. I learned so much from watching Mike and doing this art. Like typically I run JRPGs turn-based, but running it, like the Mass Effect series, which is something that way outside of my comfort zone, and I learned so much about like just speedrunning in general, just like trying out different things. And so, just to quickly explain, like when you load your autosave, they basically kind of like become more squishy, and without loading that, they take 70% damage rather than like almost all of it. But aside from that, do you have any shout-outs, Mike or May?
No, like, shout-outs, obviously, to everyone else in the Mass Effect community, the speedrunning community, I mean. This route is, like, the result of, like, at least a decade of, like, testing and strat hunting, glitch hunting, everything else, you know? So, it's been a long road to get it down to this point. It used to be, like, an hour and a half, and now it's, like, an hour and 8 minutes or something. So, yeah, it's a lot of work.
And shout out to every single person who donated so that we could see this really, really cool route.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, best dialogue in the game.
Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you. Getting a lot of bullshit.
All right, so one last thing before we go, to show you all that no one has been left behind. This cutscene plays. Normally, like if someone died, Shepard would be looking at their coffin, or Joker, depending on how it goes goes. But basically, this cutscene will play where Shepard kind of like pretty much looks at the sky. So yeah, thank you again to everyone for supporting me to do this event, and thank you very much. And I hope you all enjoyed the next coming runs.